Today, Magaluf is one of the most famous holiday destinations in Europe. Every summer, thousands of visitors arrive to enjoy its beaches, warm Mediterranean climate, and lively nightlife. But the place that travelers recognize today began as something very different. Before tourism arrived, the area that would become Magaluf was largely farmland and open coastline on the southwest side of Mallorca, within the municipality of Calvia. For centuries, this coastline formed part of large rural estates. Farmers worked the land, livestock grazed in the fields, and the wide bay looked out across quiet Mediterranean waters. Archaeological discoveries across Mallorca show that people had lived on the island for thousands of years. Early settlements appeared during prehistoric times, followed by Roman influence and later Moorish rule during the Middle Ages. After the Christian reconquest of Mallorca in the 13th century, much of the land was divided into estates and agricultural holdings. The coastline near Magaluf remained mostly rural for generations. Even into the early 20th century, the area was still peaceful and undeveloped. A few houses stood near the beach, but there were no hotels, no large roads, and no crowds of tourists. That began to change during the mid-20th century. After the Second World War, international travel began expanding rapidly. Affordable flights and organized package holidays opened Mediterranean destinations to millions of visitors from Northern Europe. Spain recognized the potential of tourism and began developing coastal resorts across the Balearic Islands. Magaluf was perfectly placed to benefit. The long sandy beach, warm climate, and short distance from Palma made the bay an ideal location for a new holiday resort. As hotels and apartments began rising along the coastline during the late 1950s and 1960s, something else started shaping the resort's identity: its nightlife. From early in its development, Magaluf gained a reputation as a place where visitors could enjoy both beach life and evening entertainment. Bars, clubs, and music venues began appearing along the streets close to the seafront. During the day, visitors relaxed on the sand or explored the surrounding coastline. But when the sun went down, the atmosphere changed completely. Music filled the streets, neon lights appeared above doorways, and crowds moved between bars and clubs that stayed open late into the night. By the 1970s and 1980s, this nightlife culture had become one of Magaluf's defining features. Young travelers from across Europe began visiting specifically for the energy of the resort after dark. Holidaymakers arrived from Britain, Germany, Scandinavia, and many other countries, helping turn the small coastal bay into an international destination. Over the years, Magaluf has also been known for the famous bars and venues that lined its streets. Some of them became legends for the people who visited the resort in the 1980s, 1990s, and early 2000s. Places like the White Horse, once a familiar stop for many holidaymakers, or the Captain's Arms, where Miguel and Tony were known for serving drinks and welcoming visitors night after night. There was also Del Boy's Pub, a favourite with many British tourists, and Tom Brown's Town Restaurant, a well-known place where visitors gathered for food before heading out into the nightlife. Many of those places have now disappeared as Magaluf changed and new venues arrived. But some names from those days still remain. Bars like Benny Hill's and Coco Bongo's are still part of the Magaluf scene today, reminders of the resort's long tradition of music, entertainment, and lively nights. Because while the venues may change over time, the energy of Magaluf after dark has always remained. As tourism grew, the surrounding area developed quickly. Nearby Palma Nova expanded with hotels and family resorts, while Magaluf became known for entertainment, nightlife, and beach tourism. By the late 20th century, the resort had developed into one of the most recognizable holiday locations in the Mediterranean. One venue in particular helped define Magaluf's nightlife scene: BCM Mallorca. Opening in the late 1980s, BCM quickly became one of the largest nightclubs in Europe. The venue could hold thousands of people and regularly hosted internationally famous DJs and performers. For many visitors, a night inside BCM became a central part of the Magaluf experience. But Magaluf has always offered more than just nightlife. Around the bay, visitors can find water sports, boat trips, beach cafes, and long promenades looking out across the Mediterranean. Just offshore sits the small rocky island of Isla de Sarparassa, a familiar landmark visible from almost every point along the beach. The Pirates Adventure Show. Opened in the 1980s, this theatrical dinner show combines acrobatics, stunts, music, and storytelling, inspired by pirate legends of the Mediterranean. For many families visiting the island, it became one of the most memorable evenings of their holiday. Magaluf has changed many times over the decades. Hotels have been renovated, new developments introduced, and local authorities have worked to reshape the resort's image while maintaining its role as a major tourist destination. Today, visitors come for many different reasons. Some arrive for the nightlife, others for the beaches, the sunshine, and the easy access to the rest of Mallorca. Yet beneath the hotels and holiday crowds lies a coastline that once looked very different. A quiet bay of farmland and open sea. A place that transformed within just a few decades into one of Europe's best-known holiday resorts. And every summer, as visitors return to the beach once again, Magaluf adds another chapter to the story of a small Mediterranean bay that became famous around the world.